Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs.Acuna. I just wanted to read a story to you today. Again, I know I can't be there and I'm sorry about that, but I hope you guys are having a good day with Mrs. Crawford, and I will see you tomorrow on Thursday. So do you remember that we started talking a little bit about bats? So I'm going to read to you a nonfiction story about bats, and basically that just means that everything in here is real. These are actually what I would call fun facts about bats. And I also have a special friend with me today. It's Pete the cat. Hi boys and girls, I'm glad to see you. So Pete's gonna hang out with us for a little bit while I read to you as well. All right, so let's get going. Our story is called Bats. And there's our title page, Bats. And when you get to a nonfiction book like this, oftentimes you're going to find something called the table of contents. And that's just a fancy word to mean that you can look up different things, different fun facts about bats. So example, if you wanted to find out how bats fly at nighttime, you would go all the way to page number 10. If you wanted to learn a fun fact about baby bats, maybe you're really interested in baby bats, you would turn to page 22. So that's what the table of contents is. It's just a fancy name. All right, let's start with our very first page, and it says, "What's a bat?" If you're curious about what they are, here's what they are. I sleep by day and I fly by night. I have no feathers to aid my flight. What am I? You guessed it, the answer was a bat. A bat is a mammal. Can you guys say that word? Mammal. A mammal is an animal that nurses their young. They have hair and are warm-blooded. So those are kind of 3 facts about mammals. Let's go over those again. They're warm-blooded, they have hair, and they nurse their young. Guess what? Humans, dogs, and whales are also all mammals. But bats have a very special ability. They can fly. And this actually, if you want to get really technical here, this bat is called a flying fox bat. So that's its special name. It's called a flying fox. Page 6, it says bat food. If you're curious about what bats eat, here's what they eat. There are about 1,200 types of bats in the world. That's a really big number. That's 1,200 types of bats in the world. Most of them eat insects. Insect-eating bats are usually very small in size. So they're very, very, very tiny. And that's mostly what bats eat. However, there are some bats like this little guy right here. This is called a silky short-tailed bat. There are other bats that eat fruit. So that's the other thing that bats like to eat. A few bats hunt for larger prey, such as frogs, birds, or mice. So this bat up here is called a fringed lip bat. And guess what? He's eating. Can you tell what he's eating? If you guessed a frog, you're correct. So this is a kind of bat that eats frogs. Some people think that all bats suck your blood, but this is not true. There's only 3 kinds of bats that drink blood. This group is known as vampire bats. However, they do not drink human blood. They drink the blood of animals like cows and deers, not humans. That's a good thing, right? Ooh, look at page number 10, night flight. Remember I was talking about that. If you wanted to learn about how bats fly at night, you would turn to this page. Did you know that while you're fast asleep at night, bats are very busy filling their bellies? That's right, that's when they go and eat all those insects. Bats are nocturnal. Remember that word we talked about? Say it with me, nocturnal. That means that they're active at night. This way of life has many advantages for a bat. Insect-eating bats often feast on bugs that come out after dark. Pollen and nectar-eating bats might feed on plants that only open up at nighttime. Nectar is a sweet liquid that's made by the flowers. So again, this is a really cool picture. A scientist took that picture, and it's all the bats that are flying around at night, okay? Because that's when they come out, because they're nocturnal. One of these days, if we're lucky, we might be able to do a field trip, or maybe a virtual field trip. And over by where Mrs.Acuna lives, there is actually a special bat sanctuary. And you can go and observe some bats out there. And you can go out right before nighttime, and you can see them start to fly around. It's actually pretty cool. Bat bodies, page number 12. Scientists call bats chiropteras. A chiropta is a Greek name that means hand wing. That's because bats have 4 fingers and a thumb just like us. Did you guys know that? They have 4 fingers and they have a thumb just like we do. A thin layer of skin connects the fingers. This forms a wing. Bats also have a sensitive nose and very big ears. Their big ears help some bats see with sound. And we're going to talk about how bats see. They actually use their sense of echolocation to see at night. Because obviously, if you guys have ever been out at nighttime, you know it's very dark. It's very hard to see where you're going. So I wanted to show you, kind of get up close. Here is their thumb, okay? And this, of course, is their nice big wing right here. That's their very sensitive nose. I know it's kind of hard to see. And then there's some of their ears, right? There's their 2 big ears. And oftentimes bats like to hang upside down, so you can see them hanging up there. And then there's its 4 fingers. So its 4 fingers are right there, and its thumb. It's not just its thumb, it's the 4 fingers and then its thumb. So that's what makes bats very, very special. Let's read one more page, page number 15. And this is an important page because it talks about how they see at nighttime. In the pitch black night, bats can scoop up tiny insects with ease. No flashlight is required for a bat. How do they do it? They make a sound that travels until it hits an object. Then it bounces off the object and travels back to the bat. From this echo, the bat can tell if an object is close or far away. This is called echolocation. So here's a good picture of it. And there's the bat, and they're flying at night, and they make a sound, okay? They make it like a little eeking sound, like eek, eek, eek. And when that sound travels, it goes like maybe they were flying and there was a tree in front of them. And the sound that their voice makes hits the tree, and it actually bounces back to the bat. And the bat will be able to tell how close or how far away they are from the tree based on the term echolocation. So that's a pretty big scientific word. All right, I'm not gonna read all these pages to you, but I want you guys to see here. It says funny faces. So this is another kind of a bat. Here's an Amazonian bat. Look at his nose. His nose is very different, very silly. This is a spotted bat, and look at his giant ears. Do you see those ears? And then this is called also another bat with big ears. So sometimes bats look really silly too, right? And here they all are hanging out. We talked about this word yesterday in class. It's called when you roost. And when you roost, they all hang out together in their den or their cave, or in this particular case, they're hanging out on a branch. And then this is them inside a cave. So this could be another roost. And when a lot of them are living together like that, that's called a colony. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about that word. Here's baby bats. Oh, those are so cute. And we'll read some more of this book later on in the week. Oh, look at this one. It says bat rescue. So these are some little baby bats that were going to maybe die, and a scientist rescued them and tried to help them. And you can see there's their little bat baby bottles. So cute. So maybe we'll read about that on Thursday, okay? I hope you guys had a good time with me reading that story. Pete had fun. Boy, boys and girls, I'll see you next time. All right, everybody. Bye.